14th week in Ordinary Time, July 10, Monday. First reading, Genesis chapter 28, verses 10 to 22a. Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. When he reached a certain place, the sun had set, and he spent the night there. He took one of the stones that were there, and using it as a pillow, he lay down to sleep. While Jacob was sleeping, he had a dream in which a ladder stood on the earth with its top reaching to heaven, and on it were angels of God going up and coming down. And Yahweh was standing there near him and said, I am Yahweh, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. The land on which you sleep I give to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be numerous like the specks of dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and the east, to the north and the south. Through you and your descendants, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. See, I am with you, and I will keep you safe wherever you go. I will bring you back to this land and not leave you until I have done what I promised. Jacob woke from this dream and said, Truly Yahweh was in this place, and I was not aware of it. He was afraid and said, How full of awe is this place! It is nothing less than the house of God. It is the gate to heaven. Then Jacob rose early and took the stone he had put under his head and set it up as a pillar and poured oil on top of it. He named that place Bethel, although before that it was called Luz. Then Jacob made a vow, If Yahweh will be with me and keep me safe during this journey I am making, if he gives me bread to eat and clothes to wear, and if I return in peace to my father's house, then Yahweh will be my God. This stone which I have set up as a pillar will be God's house, and of all that you give me, I will give back a tenth. Gospel, Matthew chapter 9, verses 18 to 26. While Jesus was speaking to them, an official of the synagogue came up to him, bowed before him, and said, My daughter has just died, but come and place your hands on her, and she will live. Jesus stood up and followed him with his disciples. Then a woman who had suffered from a severe bleeding for 12 years came up from behind and touched the edge of his cloak. For she thought, If I only touch his cloak, I will be healed. Jesus turned, saw her, and said, Courage, my daughter, your faith has saved you. And from that moment, the woman was cured. When Jesus arrived at the official's house and saw the flute players and the excited crowd, he said, Get out of here. The girl is not dead. She is only sleeping. And they laughed at him. But once the crowd had been turned out, Jesus went in and took the girl by the hand, and she stood up. The news of this spread through the whole area.